so excited to be here with you this morning. My name is Lee. I'm about to lose my computer here. My name is Lee, and I am a stay-at-home mom of 4. And I am excited to be sharing with you the steps that I personally follow to be able to earn as much as $900 a day from home around my family's schedule. And this isn't something that I even knew existed. I had no idea anything like this was out there, a way for me to be able to make money, this much money, like from my home and in 2 hours a day. So this is about having a passive income stream, and I have so much that I'm going to be going through with you, but this is my website here, empoweredpassiveincome.com. And what this has allowed me to do is be able to be present with my 4 kids and to be able to have, that crazy busy life of being a mom, of doing all of the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry, all of the things that go into taking care of kids and getting dinner on the table and kids to soccer practice, but have a passive income stream that's out there in the background working for me. So passive income does not mean that it's a get rich quick scheme. It does not mean that, you're never going to do anything. That's not what passive income is. Passive income is simply having a way to be able to get paid when you're not actively working, having systems set up, having ways that to be able to bring in money around the clock. And so I'm going to be sharing this with you in these steps, but I am so excited to be able to be here with you today and sharing this because it's something that I am so passionate about. I'm passionate about it because I did not think that anything like this existed for moms. I didn't think anything, was real. And so when I found this, I was completely skeptical. I was hearing about people making thousands of dollars a day, $900 a day, $900 in a sale. And I didn't believe it myself. I didn't believe that I could have a 2-hour workday and not have to slave away from sun up to sundown to make good money. And so when I came across this, again, I was completely skeptical. I didn't understand the whole concept. I didn't really understand that it worked or if it was real. But I knew that something had to change because I was coming from a place where I was having to work all day, like around my kids. I was still home, but not really fully present because I was making $10 here, $20 there, side hustling, and it was not stacking up fast enough. It wasn't stacking up enough to keep up with all of those extra expenses that fell to my shoulders. Because as the stay-at-home mom, the one who's not working, you're probably also the one who, or at least in my household, the one who is paying all the bills and doing all the budgeting. Like, okay, are we going to make it through the month? And I was at a place of like, this isn't working. Something has to change. The cost of everything has gone up, right? Just to put groceries on the table these days is a small miracle. Then you get a car repair bill, medical bill, all of those extra expenses were falling to my shoulders. And there was not a really good way to be able to, pay for all of those things. And I was just really struggling, stressed and anxious and worried about how it was all going to work out. Like, were we going to make it through the month without me having to put in more of my time? Like, I could have not slept. So I needed a better way because obviously, like, that's not a great long-term solution. So I came across this passive income stream, and I'm like, this sounds skeptical. It's not what I thought it would look like. It's not what I thought provision would look like. I was praying to God for provision, but it wasn't like, it didn't look like what I thought it would. And sometimes that happens, right? And so I started this with an open mind, not knowing if it would work. I tested it out for a little while before I even really told anybody. And I started seeing it work. And I'm more than just money coming in. I started seeing 900 and 600 and 300 come in, but more than just that, I started seeing the change in my own life. And I started seeing that I had hope back and that I had joy back and that I had a way to be able to be present with my kids, a way to be able to provide and not have to spend all of my day worrying about how much money was in the bank account, or worrying about, what appliance is going to break next. Are we going to make it through the month? And so this is why I am so passionate about sharing this passive income stream with you. Again, my name is Lee, for those of you who are just hopping on here, and I am a stay-at-home mom of four. This is my website right here, empoweredpassiveincome.com. You can go there right now, go and put in your email, and then that way I'm going to be able to send you the entire blueprint, all of the details about exactly how this works. I'm also going to get you my free guide where I break down how to make $10,000 in 30 days. This is easier than you think, especially when you have a product that is high value and in high demand. So I was coming at this from, making $10 here, $20 there. I was never ever going to make $10,000 in a month, let alone 5,000 or 3,000. Like, that took an enormous amount of work. I never hit 5,000, never hit 10,000 before. So to have a way to have money to stack up faster was the thing that I needed, because I was kept running into those same expenses. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I am in Washington State. I would love to know who it is that I'm talking to. If you want to drop it in the comments, share with me where you're tuning in from. But we're going to have people who are hopping in here. I am in two different places. If you see me going back and forth, I'm not crazy. I'm just talking to both people to be able to let me know where you're from so I know who it is that I'm talking to. There's going to be people who are coming in here from around the world, from around the US, and it's amazing that we get to connect in a free place like this. So go ahead and let me know in the comments where you're from. I am in Washington State in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. It's still dark here. My kids are asleep, but it's going to be a wonderful day. We're getting ready to head out for the holiday weekend tomorrow. So I'm excited to be able to enjoy the day and have the majority of my work done before my kids are even up. So again, Washington State is where I am from, and excited to be hanging out with you this morning. So I'm going to go ahead and jump on in here because I have a lot that I want to be able to share with you. But I want to ask you a question before we get started, because what I'm going to be sharing with you is the process, the blueprint of how to make $900 a day from home following a 2-hour proven process. This is proven because we have thousands of people who are following the same process that I'm going to share with you and seeing results from it, making incredible amounts of income for their family, seeing that financial change, changing their generational wealth. Like, maybe they have been in a place of poverty and being stuck in poverty for generation after generation after generation, and coming into this blueprint and finding a way that is passive, in 2 hours a day to be able to earn from home. So if you could learn the skills to make 900 a day, then that is the equivalent of $6,300 a week. And over a year, that is $328,000. I want to know what that would do for your family if you learned these skills to be able to bring in that $900 daily paying customer. All you have to do to make this happen is to attract one person a day to your automated system. That's that $328,000 a year. If you got to the end of 2025, you look in your bank account and you saw $328,000 there, how would that make you feel? Like, what would you be able to do with that? What would change for your family with this amount? Would it mean that you would be able to be completely financially free of all of the debts that you've been a slave to for so long? Would it mean that you could send in that payment, the last payment on your car loan, on your student loan, on, maybe a mortgage if you've got a mortgage? Would it mean that you would be able to take your family on the most amazing vacation they've ever had, make memories, before the kids are grown and gone? Would it mean that you would be able to get out of that apartment and actually go out and buy a house, have enough to put down and money left over? Would it mean that you could maybe even buy a house in cash, depending on where you live? What would this mean for you? Let me know in the comments what this could do for your family. For me, this is getting out of debt, and I've already been seeing this happen, and it is so exciting because I'm seeing these things happen that I never thought were going to happen. I did not think that it was possible for me to prosper right where I am as a stay-at-home mom. I did not think it was possible for me to live an abundant life as a stay-at-home mom. I thought that I had to sacrifice. I thought that I had to settle, but I've already been seeing this happening and being able to send in extra debt payments, being able to make it through the month of not having to worry about what extra expense is going to pop up and how I'm going to cover it, but being set totally free. What would this do for you and your family? Let me know in the comments. All right, I'm going to go ahead and erase this so I can get moving here because I do have a lot to be able to get through with you. I'm going to be sharing the exact steps to be able to attract that daily paying customer at that $900 level and start seeing this system work for you. All right, so the very first step is to start with a product that is in high demand and that is also high value. When I mentioned a little bit that I was selling products where I was making only, $10 or $20 if I was lucky. Some days, maybe $50, but I didn't have a way to bring in hundreds of dollars at a time. So if you want to make life-changing income, which was the place where I was in, I needed a better way to be able to bring in money. I needed a way for those sales to stack up faster. You need a product that's not only in high demand, but is also high value. That is how you can hit a $10,000 month. It's not that you had to go out and sell 1,000 products or 2,000 products to get there. It's that you have a high value product that is in high demand. And so when you have a high value product and you make a sale and you make another sale, you make another sale, it really only takes 12 people, 12 customers during a month to hit that $10,000 mark. That is all that it takes. And so with these products, you do not have to go out and try and create your own product. The best niche to be in right now is the e-learning industry. And you might be going, okay, I don't know anything about that. I don't know what it is. I don't have anything to teach. Like, what would I teach? And so with this e-learning industry, before I explain there, you don't have to have knowledge to be able to teach this. You do not have to have knowledge to be able to capitalize on what is $1 billion a day industry. It's actually $1.2 billion per day. And this is 2024 numbers. It's probably actually a little bit higher than this now since we're getting towards the end of 2024, because this is set to massively, massively grow over the next couple of years. And by 2027, this number is actually going to triple. It's projected to hit 3 billion per day by 2027. So just in the next couple of years. So you might be going, okay, I don't know, anything in this industry. Like, I would like to be able to capitalize on an industry that is billions of dollars a day. I would like to be able to make money in a $1 billion a day industry. But what could I do? What could I offer? What could I, teach? Well, you don't have to come up with something. Certainly you can go that route. If that's a route that you want to go, you can create your own planner or course or service, but you don't have to go that route. And for me as a mom, I didn't want to have to figure all of that out. I didn't have time to sit down and record lessons. I didn't have time to put together something. And so when I learned that there's actually products available that are in high demand, that meet that high demand criteria and that high value criteria, and they're already created for me, this is like a light bulb went off in my head, because what it allowed me to do is do something now, start making money now, versus going the route that I was thinking in my head. I thought, okay, maybe a few years down the road, maybe when kids get older, but I needed a way to be able to make money now. I didn't have time to sit around and wait for my kids to get older. I didn't have time to sit around and wait till I had time to go out and try and create my own product and hope that it works. But when I found out about products that were already done for me and I could step in and start making money right away, I didn't have to go out and create. It saved weeks, months, years really of my life to be able to start bringing in income. If I would have gone the DIY route, which you certainly can, I would not have made my first dollar until years down the road of trying to put something together, trying to get to the place of having time. And so, what these products have allowed me to do is to step in, start making money from virtually day one at 100% profit. So, this is something that I had never heard of before, and it's something that is called master resale rights. I had never heard of this term. I had no idea that this way to make money existed. And sometimes God is like that. We're asking for provision, we're asking for a way out, but we don't know that some of these things even exist. We don't know that some of these ways to make money exist. And that's why I was so maybe a little bit skeptical of like, what is this? I've never heard of this. And so that's when I started taking a look and I'm like, okay, I can hit the ground running. I can make 100% profit. I can make $900 sales. I can do this in 2 hours a day. Like, this is amazing. And so that's when I jumped in. It was the very end of May, and it has changed the last few months of my life. Been able to, enjoy summer, been able to enjoy having my kids home. They actually just started back to school this week, but to have the time, have the freedom, have the peace of mind to not be always worried about finances, and having a system that is already having a product that is already done in a $1 billion a day industry, and having a way to be able to make money passively. So for those of you just hopping in here, my name is Lee. I am a stay-at-home mom of four, and you can head here, empoweredpassiveincome.com. This is my website. You're going to put in your email, and that way I'm going to be able to send you the entire blueprint of exactly how this works and how you can have a passive income stream for yourself that brings you in life-changing income. So again, empowered passive income. And as a stay-at-home mom, I don't have a lot of time. So if you're like me and you're busy and you're like, I don't have time for a business, I don't have time for anything extra, if I can do it, you can do it. So I'm going to talk a little bit more, a little bit later on this morning about what that 2-hour workday looks like. I've actually been putting in a little bit less over the summer with 4 kids home, but it's about showing up, being consistent, even if it's imperfect, even if it's not quite right, and it's still working. So I want you to know that if I can do this, you can do this. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this. Before I do that, though, if you want to grab a screenshot of that, I'll give you just a second to grab a screenshot, because I want you to remember these numbers: $3 billion per day. So what would that mean for you if you could step in and have a way to be able to tap into that industry like tomorrow? And not, years down the road, or probably never. If you're like me and you're like, okay, I don't want to teach people how to make a website. I don't want to teach people how to, do all of the tech behind it, because that was another piece of it for me where that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and erase this and give myself a little bit more room here. But with this, I'm going to talk about the tech because I love that. Like, I hate tech. And so when I found out that I didn't have to do the tech either, that I could actually have this all set up and have this product working for me through an automated system. It's fully automated. The entire sales process is fully automated. So with these products, when you get a product that has master resale rights attached to that, you don't have to touch it. You don't have to rebrand it. You don't have to do anything. It's simply yours, that you have the rights to sell. And so you can check that off the list. It's done. You don't have to go out and create something. And then as far as making sales on those products, $900 at a time, that is done through an automation system. This is amazing because this is your freedom machine. It's what frees up your time. So imagine having a way to bring in sales, $900, $600, $300 at a time, and it's all done through automation. It's done through having a simple website. through letting people decide for themselves, letting people discover you on the internet and not having to go and chase people, not having to go and DM people, not having to go and bug friends and family, but you have an automation system that is out there working for you around the clock. How would that make you feel to wake up tomorrow knowing that you have a system like this set up where you can bring in those sales of $900, $600 at a time? Like, I bet you would feel pretty good, right? I had this all set up, this automation, because 90 to 95% of it is already done for you. That leaves about 5 to 10%. I had that set up in an afternoon where I put the baby down for a nap and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this set up. And then the next day it was out there live on the internet working for me. How would that make you feel to have a system like this where you're being able to bring in those high dollar sales and having a way to do it that's automated, that's rejection free, or you're not having to go and chase people, but it actually frees up your time. It frees up your time to be able to enjoy life, to be able to enjoy your family, to enjoy your day. And so with this automation system, this is, again, 5 to 10% of it you do need to set up. This is how that 100% profit comes in, and this is how you get paid directly. So with this 5 to 10% of setup, you're doing two things. You are setting up your domain. And so that's just the name of your website. So mine, Empowered Passive Income, that's my domain. You would have your own domain. You just set that up. And if you're like me and you don't know anything about websites, you don't like any of that stuff, we have step-by-step videos that come with the products inside of the program. This is way more than just a course, way more than just getting a product and being left in the dark. It's actually a complete program, live and interactive training where you can get your questions answered. We've got people from around the world. So there's literally people on at all hours of the day to be able to get your questions answered. But it was as simple as going through the videos to be able to follow along step by step to go and get my domain, go and get that set up. And then the next piece of it is to, once you've got your domain, you're going to have your automation system that's out there working in the background for you. And you're going to set that up with your payment gateways. And so your payment gateway is simply the place where your customers are paying you. That's your PayPal, it's your Stripe account, whatever that is for you, whatever you want to set up. That is the place where your customers are paying you. So that is why this is not an MLM. That is why this is not making somebody else rich. This is why you are guaranteed that money when a customer purchases from you. They're not purchasing from somebody else and then hoping that you get a portion of that, or you're hoping that that money is transferred to you. You don't have to worry about any of that because you get paid directly. So I had somebody ask me not too long ago about, did you really get the money? Well, yes, I did, because I got paid directly. I had my payment gateways set up. And so that is part of the setup. That's the 5 to 10% of setup that you need to do to have this automation out there working for you. And those two things, again, step-by-step videos. If I can do it, we've got, a 78-year-old guy in our community who can do this. You can do this. If he can do it, you can do it. We've got people in their 60s, people in their 70s who have followed through, got this set up. And because they have this automation system, because they took the time to set this up, they're now making thousands of dollars. Some of them are traveling around the US in an RV with their spouse. So all that to say, if they can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And so this I had set up in the afternoon. Some people might take a little longer. Some people might take a little less. But for me, it was an afternoon. And then the next day, my website was live. Everything was live. I was ready to start bringing in sales. I was ready to start, being in business. So I want to ask you a question of, would you rather, do your own, try and come up with your own product, try and come up with your own automation and hope that it works. And hopefully, months or years down the road, you make your first dollar? Or would you rather have a proven automation system that is proven to convert across our community? This is a highly converting. So I wanted to share this number with you and how highly converting this is, but it actually converts at 1 in 20. That is unheard of for an automation. What this tells me is this is highly in demand. And this is what I am seeing in my own business. And this is what is average across our community. Some people, might be 1 in 10. Some people might be 1 in 5. Other people might be a little bit more, but it averages out to 1 in 20. So what that means for you is you only need to get 20 people into your automation system a day to be able to start making that daily pay. So what would that do for you to learn the skills to be able to bring in that customer at that $900 level? That $900 is our best selling product. And what this has meant for me, what this can mean for you, is the majority of the sales, the majority of the times you look at your phone, you're like, wow, $900 just came in. That is our best selling product. It is the number one selling product out of the 4 different products that we offer. Now, I want to explain something really quick that I skipped over, but with that product, you actually get the master resale rights for all of the products under that. So with that product, you get 4 income streams. You not only get the 900, but you get a 600, a 300, and a 100. So with this automation system, you actually have 4 different income streams that are out there working for you, that are attached to this automation system. I'm going to go ahead and erase this. Grab a screenshot of this before I do that, though, because I want you to remember that this is 100% profit and that the majority of it is all set up for you. Once you do that little 5 to 10% off, you can check that off of your list. It's done. You don't have to touch it again. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this and explain a little bit more about what this automation system looks like. So it all starts with a website, and you're like, okay, I don't know about having a website. Again, if I can set this up, you can set this up. So at mindempoweredpassiveincome.com, you're going to have your own website with this system. So that is simply a place to be able to send people to. They're going to go there and put in their email, because that email address, when they go to your website, when they put that in, that's going to get them into your automation system. And so when they go to your website and they're like, yes, I want to learn more. Yes, I need a way to be able to make money from home. Yes, I need to be able to, make life-changing money from home. They're automatically going to get an email. They're also going to immediately be taken over to a sales page with a video. That's my attempt at a video, where this is going to explain the entire process to them, where this is going to, show them if this is right for them and help them to be able to decide if this is something that they want to keep checking out. They can also decide to purchase directly from that, and they're go over to your sales page. That's where all of those products are available, and they can go through those and choose which is right for them, and go ahead and you're going to have your buttons that you already set up when you set up your automation. And this is my attempt at a button here. They're going to click that button and say, yes, I would love to have a 2-hour workday. Yes, I would love to have a way to bring in sales on automation. Yes, I would love to be able to start making money now with done for me products. They're going to click that button. And because you have your payment gateway set up, they're going to be able to pay you directly. So this is a little bit how the automation works. All of these web pages are done for you. You do not have to have tech skills. You do not have to know how to go and build a website. So when I learned that, I'm like, yes, I do not want to have to figure that out. I do not want to have to YouTube. I do not want to have to, trial and error and hope that I get something that works like this. But what it also does is with an email responder. So that first email will go out, and then about a day later, another one, and then a day later, another one. And so this continues on. It can actually continue on indefinitely, to where you have these all set up ahead of time. You actually get this automation system. You get these emails as part of the program. You get this, technology behind it. So you're not having to figure out, okay, how do I do this? How do I have an autoresponder? It's actually all set up for you with these emails all done, so that you don't have to go and figure out what to say. You don't have to go out and like hope that what you say works. And all of these emails are going to take people over to that sales page. They're all going to point people back to that sales page that is done for you, where you have your payment gateway set up so you're able to receive those payments directly. And this, again, this is how you make that 100% profit, because you're not making somebody else rich. You're not sending them somewhere else to pay and then hopefully you get a portion of that. Hopefully you get a payout like 30 to 60 days. No, they're paying you directly. And so you'll get that payment notification like, oh, okay, I just had a payment come in of $900. I just had a payment come in of $600 or whatever that is, whichever product they chose. And that's going to be 100% straight to you, straight to your PayPal, straight to your Stripe account, whatever it is that you set up. So again, my name is Lee. For those of you who are just coming through, and I am a stay-at-home mom of 4 kids. This is my website right here where you're going to be able to get all of the details on how this works. EmpoweredPassiveIncome.com. You're going to go there, put in your email. That way I'm going to be able to get you all of those details as well as my free guide. But I want you to know that if I can do this as a stay-at-home mom with no tech skills, no following, I actually started brand new on TikTok. I had to go out and get the app. I had to go and create an account. I want you to know that if I can do this, you can do this. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this, but grab a screenshot of this before I do that, because I do have a couple more steps to be able to share with you. So the product is done. That's checked off the list. The automation is done once you do that little bit of setup. And that is another thing that you can check off the list. So this leaves you with really only one thing that you're responsible for to get this system to work, to start making passive income, to start seeing those sales come in $900, $600, $300 at a time at that 100% profit. And this is simply getting your system, getting your products discovered. And so with this discovery is just getting your website out there into the world. And for me, I knew that I didn't want to have to bug friends and family. I knew that I didn't want to have to, be part of an MLM. Nothing wrong with that. But I didn't want to have to be that person who's hosting parties, who's constantly glued to their phone, who's friend requesting people, trying to act like people's friends. I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to have to, slide into people's DMs, be on Messenger all day, back and forth with people. And so to have this automation system that's out there working for me, and simply with this discovery system, it's just simply helping people discover your products, helping them discover your website, because that website, this is where that automation happens. This is where all of the selling and the telling and the following up with your customers is done so that you don't have to do it. So with the discovery, discovered, I'm going to write discovery. With the discovery process, you can do this in 2 different ways. Now, the first way, now the thing about both of these ways is they are free. There is no expense with them. You should never have to pay to get your website discovered. You should never have to be spending money on ads. So all of these are completely free and they are completely organic, meaning that you don't have to go and bug friends and family. And so with this first method, this is copy and paste ads. Now these are ads where you're posting to high traffic websites where people are headed to be able to look for jobs, where they're headed to look for business opportunities, where they're headed to look for ways to be able to make money from home. Now these ad sites, they are high traffic. So there's like thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people visiting these sites every day. And they're also free. So they're free places where you can go and simply copy and paste an ad over that is going to point interested people over to your website, get their email, and help them go through the automation system, help them choose if this is right for them. I may have mentioned that this is completely, because of this automation system, is completely rejection free so that you never have to hear the word no. Those email follow-ups, the web pages are going to do all of the work for you. So you don't ever have to feel that rejection that you might if you're coming from an MLM background. So with the copy and paste ads, you're simply telling about how you can help your perfect customer and then having a link over to your website. Again, these ad sites are free. You do not need to have a paid account. You do not need to post free or paid ads. You don't need to do paid ads on Facebook or Google or any other place. These are completely free. The other option for copy and paste ads is social media. So social media, there's actually 5.5 billion people who are on the internet, who are hanging out on social media, and they're there for free. So 5.5 billion people on social media, on the internet, around the world. That is a huge, huge audience. That's a number that I have a hard time even wrapping my brain around. But if we take even a small fraction of that, who might be interested in learning how to have a way to make money from home, who would be interested in learning how to have a business where they can bring in $900 sales on automation. Let's just say that this is 1% of the people that are out there. That's still 550 million people that could be your potential customer. That is still a huge, huge number. And so, with what we teach inside of the program, you not only get the products, you not only get the automation, but you get all of the training to be successful. We actually teach you how to get in front of your audience on social media, how to A, identify who your perfect customer is, and B, how to stop their scroll. Because with as many people on the social media, on the internet as there are, you have to learn how to stop that scroll. You have to learn how to make people pay attention to you, to learn to want to, or to be the person that they want to listen to, right? And so with what we teach you exactly how to stop that scroll, exactly how to utilize social media, exactly how to utilize free, these free options that you already have. For me, I decided to go with TikTok. That's where I am doing my posting. So with all of these, with the copy and paste ads, you're going to spend about 30 to 60 minutes per day copying and pasting ads over to these free ad sites. With the social media, you're going to create 3 pieces of content per day. Now there's different options. For me, I'm using TikTok because I saw a lot of people having success there, and I knew that this is a growing platform. I knew that I could start bringing in money right away. I didn't have to wait till 1,000 followers or 5,000 followers or 10,000 followers. That is a lie that you need to get on a follow train and start building your following. You can make money now right where you're at. I'm still under 1,000 followers. I think my first sale came in from TikTok around maybe 300 followers. So you do not need to wait. This is something that you can do right now, right with the followers you have, or even if you're like me and have to start from scratch. This is exactly what I did. I started brand new, no followers, no account. It didn't even have the app. And so with the social media, you're simply posting 3 times per day, a little bit depending on the platform, but there's so many options here for social media. There's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even Pinterest and YouTube. YouTube is a little bit different where you don't need to make 3 videos a day. Like that would be insane. But with these other platforms like TikTok, it's 3 pieces of content per day. And you're going to make those of 30 seconds up to 2 minutes long. They're pretty short. To be able to knock those out, it takes me about 15 to 30 minutes of my day. So with this discovery system, it's all based on mastering a 2-hour workday, mastering your income earning activities during this 2 hours. And so for me as a mom, I needed a way to be able to not have to work all day. I didn't even have the 2 hours, right? And so what I am doing is trying to fit this in with the time that I have, and even doing it perfectly, even doing it not the full 2 hours is still working and still bringing me in sales. So I want you to know that even if you're busy, even if you don't have 2 hours, and by the way, you do not have to have that all in one chunk. You do not have to have, a 2-hour time of your day to set aside, because I didn't have that. You can do it in the pockets of your day when you've got time, 15 minutes here, 30 minutes there, 10 minutes there, and add up throughout the day. So this is part of the discovery system. This is about 15 to 30 minutes of my day is posting to social media. The copy and paste ads is the other portion where you can spend your time. I'm instead choosing to go live because I find it's easier for me to be able to talk about this. I didn't think I would ever do it, but now that I'm doing this and seeing the change in my own life, and I've seen that freedom, I've seen that passive income coming in, and I've seen it working for myself, I am so passionate about sharing this with other people that I decided to get out of my comfort zone and start talking about this because I know that it can change your life. So again, empoweredpassiveincome.com. My name is Lee. I am a stay-at-home mom of 4. And then the other part of my day is going into our community and jumping into training. So we've got trainings going on every single day that are live and interactive. So you always have a place to get your questions answered. There's an entire community around the world, thousands of people who are having success with this and who are there to help you, who can get your questions answered, virtually around the clock because they are around the world and because we do have thousands of people. So with this, I spend about another 15 minutes a day plugging into the community, plugging into those trainings, and getting mentoring from a 7-figure income earner, getting that CEO mindset from somebody who is pouring into us on a daily basis. This community, all of the training is included when you get your products. It's not something extra that you have to pay for. There are no upsells. There's no any sort of extra costs. There's no ongoing costs. So to be able to have a business and to be able to be in profit mode from day one of every month, that is unheard of. Like, where else are you going to go? What else are you going to do where you have no ongoing expenses? So when I say 100% profit, I mean 100% profit. Empowered passive income, I'm going to go ahead and erase this here, but grab a screenshot of this because I want you to be able to know that all of these methods for discovering your system, for discovering your website, are completely free. And that when I say that 100% profit, I truly mean that. You make 100% profit because you have no expenses. You have no ongoing costs. To be part of our community, it's free. You don't have to pay monthly on a monthly basis. And so with this, when people discover your system, they're going to discover your website, and you're going to get them over into your automation system that is doing all of the follow-up for you, that frees up your life so you're not having to be on your phone constantly. You're not having to be chasing people constantly. You're not having to be DMing or, being that annoying person that bugs friends and family. No offense to any friends that do that. I get it. I get you got to do what you got to do, right? And so, when they come into the automation system and they go over to that website that is done for you, they go over to that sales page that is already done for you, where they can choose for themselves. And they're saying, yes, I would love to have a product that's done for me. Yes, I would love to be able to make money right away. Yes, I would love to have an automation system that's out there working for me around the clock, 24/7. I would love to have a 2-hour workday. At that point, they're going to click that button on your website. And at that point, they become your new customer. And that is how you're getting that 100% profit on $900 sales, on $600 sales, on $300 sales. And so I want to leave you with that one final question. I'm getting ready to hop off here and tell my husband goodbye for the day. But I want to leave you with one final question of what would learning the skills to be able to bring in $900, to be able to attract a daily paying customer at that $900 level. Again, that is our best selling product. What would that do for your family? That's $6,300 a week and $328,000 a year. What would that do for your family? I want you to hope again. I want you to dream again. I want you to know what it feels like to wake up knowing that you have a system that is out there working for you, knowing that you have a proven system because it's proven, because it's working for thousands of other people. Why not you? Why not you get to the end of 2025, look back in your bank account and be like, I did it. Look in the mirror, so proud of what you've accomplished, so proud of everything that you've made because of having an automated system that is out there working for you. I want you to hope. I want you to dream. I want you to get that back in your spirit, that all of those things that you thought were impossible, that you thought were never going to happen, you now have a way to be able to make that happen. You have a way to see all of your dreams come true now. You have a way to be able to live life now and not have to settle, to not have to settle right where you're at, to not have to settle for less than what you were made for. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off here and wish you a happy rest of your day. Again, my name is Lee. I'm a stay-at-home mom of four. EmpoweredPassiveIncome.com. That's going to take you to that video page as well as the page where you can see the products and see if this is right for yourself. But I am so excited for you, and I want you to know that if I can do this, you can do this. All right, have a fabulous rest of your day, and I will be back here tomorrow. Any of those emails that you get from me, you can hit reply, and I will personally answer those and be able to answer any of your questions. But I am so excited for you, and I will see you soon. Bye.